Hey, what's going on everybody? It's your bro, hope you're doing well, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate how we can add or change CSS properties using JavaScript, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hey, so in today's video I'm going to show you all how we can add and change CSS properties. We'll need some HTML tags to work with. Let's create an h1 header tag and a button, and when we click on our button we will change the CSS properties of our h1 header tag. So let's create an h1 header tag with a unique ID of my h1. And let's display some text, hello world, and then close it. Okay, let's create a button. So button, I will give this button a unique ID of my button. And we'll add some text like click me. Okay, so we have an h1 header tag and a button. The h1 header tag has an ID of my h1, and the button has an ID of my button. So let's head to our JavaScript file. So when I click on this button, I want to change the CSS properties of my h1 header tag. So let's create a function to do that. So document.querySelector, and I will pass in the ID of my button. So within quotes, hashtag my button. Remember, you need that hashtag for an ID. So .onclick. Then we will set this equal to a function. Function, parentheses, curly braces. Any code that we want to use to change some of the CSS properties we can place within this function. Now let's assign our h1 header tag to a constant. Const h1 equals document dot query selector, then pass in the ID of our h1 header tag. So within quotes, hashtag my h1. All right, now the next step. Let's display some of the style properties that we have access to. I will do that with a console.log statement, just so that it's easier for us to take a look. So I'm going to type h1.style and pass this as an argument to my log method. So let's take a look here. So I need to click on my button, and let's take a look at some of these. So we can add an animation, we can change the background color, all sorts of different things. So let's change a few of these properties. Let's begin with the color. So to change the color property, I would type h1.style, then after style, type dot, and then the name of the property that you want to change. So I would like to change the color, which is right here. So color equals, within quotes, the name of a color. Maybe let's try blue. So after clicking on this button, the text is now blue. You can also pass in RGB values or hexadecimal values if you know how they work. So if I need green, that is hashtag 00FF00. So this is a very bright green, so you can add custom colors as well. Now let's change the background color. So let's take a look to see if there's a property here. So background, where is it? Color. Notice that these are in camel case. Normally with CSS properties, there is a dash between some of these words. So h1.style.background color. I just lost it. There it is, background color. I'm just going to copy that, paste it, set this equal to maybe black. Okay, so the text is green and the background is black. Let's change the font too. So h1.style.font family equals, I like this consolas font, it's pretty cool. It's like digitized. All right, let's enter this next. So h1.style.text align equals center. So this should be centered in my web page. Cool. Let's try a few more. What about a border? h1.style.border equals, what about 4 pixels solid? I think the default might be black, so it might be difficult to see. Oh, it's green. Okay. Let's change that to something else. h1.style.border color. What about blue? So again, you can pass in a color name, RGB values, or a hexadecimal value. So the border color is now blue. Well, everybody, that's how to add or change CSS properties using JavaScript. You type the name of the element that you would like to change, followed by style, then the property name. Then you can assign a value. So if you would like a copy of this code, I will post this to the comment section down below. If you can, give this video a thumbs up, drop a random comment down below. And well, yeah, that's how to add or change CSS properties using JavaScript.